Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have a room full of cheer this morning. Is spirit fingers a thing?
Not really.
No? Jazz hands? No? No, okay, we don't do that anymore. This is why I'm not a cheerleader. Going to Disney World. No, we have some of the JHS competition cheerleaders here and their coaches this morning. And we are so excited to talk to you all because you will be headed out to Florida here coming up.
Yes.
Very, very good. Well, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Abby Baker. I'm a senior.
I'm Brenlyn Denny, and I'm a senior.
Very good. So this is your last hurrah.
Yes.
Are you sad?
Hasn't hit me yet.
Aw, you
Hasn't.
guys.
I'm very sad. Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, your futures are bright and you have a lot of life ahead of you, so you'll be all right. I promise. All right. Well, we do have a commercial break, and we'll be back right after that and find out what the girls are going to get into this week.
Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
All right, and we are back with some of our seniors from the JHS Cheer Competition Squad. Is that correct? Did I say it right?
Yes.
Competition Cheer Squad. Whatever. I got it close. Very good. So you girls literally are headed to Disney World, like you won the Super Bowl or something.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but this is not, you're no stranger to competition down there, and you all have done quite well over the past couple of years. So tell us a little bit about your journey. Since you're seniors, how long have y'all been cheering and stuff?
I have been cheering since I was 6. So it's been a long time that I've been cheering, but yeah.
Well, I actually started out in gymnastics. My Aunt Amanda had the tumbling studio, Studio 2, so that's where I started out. And I didn't actually start cheerleading until I transferred to Jackson in 3rd grade, and I did Pee Wee cheer.
Okay, so not only do we have great programs for Pee Wee football and basketball and things like that, but we have the Pee Wee cheerleader squad too, so you guys get to start a little bit early, huh?
Yes.
That's awesome. So tell us, what do you love about cheering?
I don't know. I like to be entertaining, if that makes sense. I just just being entertaining for everyone, bringing a smile to people's faces.
I love the environment of it. You can't really describe it to somebody that isn't inside the cheer world to understand the feeling of hitting the mat and knowing that in a softball game, you have 7 innings to show how good you are. Mm-hmm. In a football game, you have 4 quarters. Well, we have 3 minutes to put out the best routine that we've prepared all season long for, and that's all we have to show, who we are and what we have to offer. And I feel like that just gives some kind of thrill that I just seek to find whenever I hit the mat. So that's what I like about it.
Very good. And how long have you... Okay, so can you girls explain a little bit of the difference? And we should make the coaches do this, but they said that they're out today. But can you explain a little bit, because you all have, and this wasn't something that occurred when I was in school. If you were a cheerleader, you were a cheerleader. So you were a basketball cheerleader, a football cheerleader. We didn't have and you competed as that. There wasn't a competition squad. So I know you all could be part of, cheering, but not compete and vice versa and all that. Can you kind of explain a little bit about how that's set up now?
Well, I think that it's very different now because when you just cheer, on the sidelines, it's more of you're just cheering just to be there. But when you're competing, it's more of a sport more than anything because you're competing against other people. And so I feel like that's more of a sport.
So to be on the comp squad for the high school, at tryouts, you fill out a piece of paper that says if you want to do basketball cheer, football cheer, and if you're interested in comp. So if you click that you're interested in comp, you aren't on the team yet. You are watched throughout tryouts and part of football season, depending on when they're wanting to start comp. And then you will be asked to be on the competition team. So even if you select that you want to be on the competition team, you still have to make it to be on the competition team.
Okay, very good. And how many people do you have on the squad, the competition squad?
We have
a lot.
30.
Okay, and you have a boy, right?
We have Cannon.
How fun is that? So is that like different? Because what is it? What does the boy role entail?
Well, we have Cannon. If you've
Cannon
never
is
met
Cannon.
Cannon,
I haven't. I need to.
you'll be delighted. He is definitely one of a kind, and he will always give his input, whether it's needed or not. But I really genuinely, our cheer team wouldn't be the same without Cannon, and he's kind of the person that we all lean on whenever we shouldn't, but he genuinely is such a good person to be around, and our cheer team wouldn't be the same without him.
Very good. So what are, good grief, back when I was, a few years ago when I was young and could do jumps and stuff, we didn't have like all the tumbling, and I mean, some girls could, and that was like cool, but it wasn't like, now it is like flat out on.
Yeah.
So tell us like some of the skills that you all have to hone in on before you can even consider being on the competition squad now.
I feel like there's...
Does everybody tumble? Does everybody... No, you don't necessarily have to.
So our division in cheerleading is building non-tumbling. So our competition squad actually does not tumble.
Oh, okay.
So you do not have to have tumbling to be on the cheer squad, but it definitely would help if you did.
Okay.
I feel like there's something for everyone. Like, of course, just to cheer, like, it's great to be able to tumble and have all those skills, but you don't necessarily need it. I don't tumble, I just stunt, and, there's always something for everyone.
Okay, well, you brought up the stunt word, so now you have to explain what that is.
Oh, gosh. How do you even explain it? So you have 4 people in a stunt, and you are putting someone up in the air, holding them on your hands. Mm-hmm. And, there's just all different types of tricks that you can do, spinning around, all of it.
Y'all are crazy.
I'm more of a tumbler rather than a person that stunts. I started out as a back spot my freshman and sophomore year, and then junior year I finally convinced Courtney to let me try to fly. So I've been flying my junior and senior year, but I'm more on the tumbling side of it. So I have my handspring full. So I do a bunch of different tumbling stuff while they stunt.
Okay, so are you allowed, because the competition you mentioned is not tumbling, so are you not allowed to in the competition, or no, not in this one? Okay.
If we were in
Well,
the
that
division,
blows.
if we were
You
in
should
the
be able to
division,
like show off what you can do.
Building division, so they
Yeah.
go off building.
Well,
we-
can I send a letter, a strongly worded one?
Absolutely.
Have they not seen these girls tumble? It's okay. I won't do that to you. They're like, oh my God, please don't, this crazy lady. But no, so, oh my gosh. So yeah, going flying through the air. What's like the craziest stunt that you guys do?
I would say either a basket toss, because that's based completely on Flyer's ability to control her body, because the bases are fully letting go of them. Mm-hmm. They grip and then they throw, and whatever the Flyer controls her body in the air is how the basket will look. Or I would say pyramids, connecting pyramids like a rewind would be difficult. It's difficult. So I would say those are probably the top 2 for me.
Okay, I know what a basket toss is. And then you hope that someone catches you. Which has happened a couple of times too. Yeah, we won't talk about that. What was the last one you said?
A rewind?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's whenever the Flyer starts on the ground and they do like a toe tap, and then they backflip up to the top with connecting. So they have bracers to help pull them up to the top.
Gotcha. And you guys get to do all that in the competition?
No.
No.
No pyramids in game day.
Individual stunts.
Yeah.
Individual stunts, but no pyramid. They're just taking all the fun out of it.
Yeah.
No, I know there has to be like different categories and different rules, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yeah.
or people, it would just be like the Wild West out there. Everybody would be
Yeah.
throwing everybody everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, you all are seniors, and what do y'all have plans? Like, what for the future? What are you gonna do?
Well, I am a licensed nail technician right now. So,
Well, I can tell. Do you do your own nails?
yes.
At yourself right now.
Yeah. Over the summer,
Wait, how did you? Are you? You're in high school?
I do CCP, so I take all college classes.
So how did you become a nail tech already?
Over the summer, I took a 3-month course, and yeah, I own my own business.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
So I'm just sticking with that after I graduate.
Good for you. Okay, that's awesome. I like your entrepreneurial spirit.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm also a full-time CCP student, and I will be getting a bachelor's after I finish high school in 3 years instead of 4. But I am attending the University of Rio Grande, and I'm going to major in radiology technology, but I'm going to specialize in cardiovascular, and I'm also cheerleading while I'm down there.
Okay.
Yep.
Shocker. No. So did they kind of recruit? Or?
Yes, they are a recruiting school.
Cool.
So I actually had to contact the coach, and they had an open practice. So I went to that practice, and for them to be able to recruit you, you have to ask them to come to something of yours. So I asked them to come to our Meet the Team for football.
Oh,
And
great.
so
Okay.
she came to the football Meet the Team, and then after that, we planned it out, and she asked me to join the team. So yeah,
Very cool. Where you will or will not get to tumble.
I will be
All
tumbling.
right, finally. Very, very good. All right, well, let's talk about Disney World for a minute. So you all have been how many times now?
This will be our 4th,
Yeah.
but first time going to Disney World.
Okay.
Yes.
So you went to Orlando, right?
Yes.
Before, but so this is a whole different competition, though.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
what did you call it? The Super Bowl of competitions.
High school cheerleading.
So this is you all have gone down there and won the nationals in a different competition.
Yes.
This is like the pimp daddy of all cheerleading competitions.
Yes.
So what does that mean? Like, what are you freaking out?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what makes this one different than the one you went to before?
Everything is bigger. There's more teams. The stakes are higher. It's just all bigger.
Yes.
You
So
actually want to bid to get to this.
yeah, we had to go to regionals and get
Okay.
asked to go. So then we went to our regional, and if we didn't get asked to go, we were gonna have to drive to Kentucky's regional and compete there to try to get asked to go. But this competition is set up in 2 days, so we compete. It starts on Friday, but we don't compete until Sunday,
Okay.
and we don't compete until 9:48 p.m. on Sunday night.
Shut up.
And so
That's crazy.
we won't find out if we make it to day 2 until
10:50.
around 10:50. It's like an hour after you can perform.
Okay.
And they will, if we make it to day 2, they will leave comments and things we need to change in our routine for the next morning. And if we make it to day 2, we will perform at 8 something in the morning. So we will have to practice that night, change the stuff, wake up the next morning, and we will compete the next morning. And our day 1 score sheets are scratched, so we start completely fresh.
Okay.
And
Which
it's-
could be a blessing or
yeah.
a curse, either way.
Yeah, we actually, how this competition set up too is day 1 we have a panel of judges, and then day 2 we have a different panel of judges. So our routine
Whoa.
could be completely based differently too, depending on what the judges like.
I also think that it's more based on preference, because sometimes you get judges that will love this type of style, and then sometimes you'll get judges that don't love that style. And
Well,
so
that's what
it's-
I mean, it's kind of subjective, right?
Yeah.
So you may have somebody that loves you on day 1 and doesn't love you on day 2 or
Yeah.
vice versa. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, we had a judge one time tell us that our routine is like a party on the floor. So that's what we were trying to aim for every
That's
time.
good, right?
Yeah.
Very good. So how have you changed up the routine? Like, what do you do differently this year that you did last year, or have you added new things, or?
We always change it up.
Yeah.
We normally start with a base of what we ended with last year. But this year we had Shane come in, and he's our choreographer. And he made up a whole new routine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually
Wait,
started.
this isn't going to be like that one movie where everybody ends up with the same routine. What was that called? Bring It On.
We actually started the season out with the fight song we ended with last year, and Shane came to a practice and is like, "You got to change that." So we completely changed our entire fight song 1 week before our regional competition. So yeah, we are constantly changing, adding, and just trying to amp up our routine in any way that we can.
You know, and I was thinking, well, and I can ask the other girls too, but it just seems like, how do you keep like knowing fresh stuff to do? Because it's just like so you guys did like a performance the other night.
Yes.
So really other teams could be like, "Ooh, I saw what they're going to do." Because they could be like scouting you out.
Yeah, we try to not post anything major like that, like on social media. Our parents don't post our videos, and so we try not to show people what we have until we are at nationals. So we're up against 22 teams, and they have watched every single team's performance except for 4, and we're in one of the 4. So only 3 other teams haven't posted their routines yet.
Okay.
The crazy coaches.
Yeah.
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 The crazy coaches?
Yeah.
We won't point any fingers around here.
I'll write my own.
No, that's awesome though. It gives you a little bit of. So are there some teams you're like, "Psh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's sad. Tap them on the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
God, we're such snobs. No, what makes Jackson so good? Why are you guys, so kick butt all the time?
I think that we have good drive.
Yeah.
Everybody wants it. Everybody is hungry to get it. So,
And something that makes us so different from like whenever we go to our state competitions is we compete against big schools like Upper Arlington, Olentangy, and they have so many different gyms around them and different variables they have to put into their routines that make them so good. And here, we perform and practice in our field house. We don't have all-star gyms to go to practice on their mats and do all kinds of different things like the big schools have. So I think when people see that like our little school compared to their school is doing so good, it's just something that's like mind-blowing to them.
That has to tick them off so bad.
We actually had a guy tell us it's schools like us that scare him.
Schools like you
Because
that
the
scare.
work ethic is insane when they can come do what they do coming from a school they come from.
So, and the coach was talking about basically that schools are scared because they know that the reason you're so good is because your work ethic is so good. And it was interesting. I had McKenna Crafton here the other day, and she basically said the same thing.
Yeah.
We from down here don't have all the luxuries that some of the other schools do, or not even schools, but just in general. And so you got to be tough and you got to be mean.
it makes you want it more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prove a
absolutely.
point.
When everyone's like, "Oh, you're from Jackson."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every competition we go to, they're like,
Scoreboard.
"What's an Iron Man? What? I don't understand what that is."
Did you say we're fixing to show you here in a minute? Just go ahead and sit your butts down. You want me to come with you? I can talk smack.
You should.
No, that's awesome. Well, we want to thank you. We have another set of girls to get to, and they are so excited to come talk to me. I can tell already. But no, you guys have to get to school and all that, so we'll let you get out of here. But best of luck. You girls are going to do great, and we're so proud of you regardless because you all just... your work ethic is amazing. You guys do all the right things. So thank you.
Thank you.
And best of luck in your future.
Thank you.
Of course. And this weekend. All right. So let's have another message and we'll switch out the girls and find out what they're thinking.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
Rock out, yeah. Okay, no, we are back. Welcome back, and have 2 more members of the JHS women's. Well, I guess we have women's and guy.
Yes.
Yep.
Competition squad, cheerleading competition squad. As you are getting ready to get on a jet airplane and fly on down to Florida to compete this weekend for a national competition.
Yes.
So this is so exciting. And, the bar's kind of set high because you all have been so successful in the past. But
Right.
before we get to that, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Madison Robbins. I'm a senior at Jackson High School.
Okay?
Hello, everyone. My name is McKinley Riley, and I'm also a senior at Jackson High School.
Very, very good. And you girls, so both of you are seniors
Yes.
as well?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys brought seniors. How many seniors are on the squad this year?
Only 4.
So you're the only 4?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So, wow, that's okay. That's awesome. I mean, very, very cool. Okay, so tell us a little bit about how you all started your cheer careers.
So, actually, Courtney talked me into it my freshman year.
Yeah?
She was like, you'd be great at this. You're such a strong back. And I went to an open mat, and I was like, I will do it. I will do it. So I've only been, like, I'm a little bit behind because I've only been doing it for 4 years versus everyone else.
Sugar, you must be doing something right.
I
You're on the team.
Oh, I've been cheering since, like, forever. Like, upward. Like, at the church or whatever.
Oh, God, yeah. Like,
Yes.
little.
Yes, ever since I was really, really little. And I've just loved it ever since. It's always been, like, a passion of mine. So,
Yeah.
and Courtney just lets me fly and stunt and all that stuff. So it's really fun.
Okay. Because she's still the same size as she was when she was in upward. She's a little girl. So we can just throw her all over the place,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So what do you look forward to most about headed down to Florida?
Definitely, this is our last go round, so definitely spending time together again, even though we're with each other 11
All the
months.
time.
Yes, we do get tired of each other, but I'm just excited, and this is a new experience for us to go to Disney versus Universal, so
Yeah.
Right.
I'm very excited for that.
I'm just excited for Disney. Like,
Have you all been before?
yes.
Okay.
I have
used to go
never
when I was
been
little.
Oh,
to Disney.
it is like when they say it's mad. It is like you walk in and it's like
Right.
you're in this magical place.
The
Like literally,
castle.
it's called the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
But it's like so cool.
Yes.
It's like a whole you've entered a whole new world.
I've
and
been
dimension.
doing some investigating on it, just so I've
Good.
been looking through. I'm just like, I can't wait to be there.
Maddie sends me, like, TikToks of Disney, like, every day.
Yes.
Like, we're going to, like, see all, like, the different foods and all the different
Yeah, I
rides.
already have planned out what I'm gonna eat
And we have our
and where we're gonna
outfits
go.
picked out.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are so cute. I love that. So what rides are you looking forward to most? I didn't get that with you girls.
Definitely Space Mountain, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
It's
excited
cool.
about that one. Or, like, the one, like, the log ride that you get, like, wet.
Yeah.
I'm not a big ride person. I like the little animations.
Oh,
Okay.
But I seen a Tangled ride. It's like
Oh.
how you're, I don't know, they said it was like very magical. So hopefully we can get into that.
the Avatar. That's a good animated one. I feel like she'd like that
I
one.
haven't been for so long.
I've never watched Avatar, so maybe I should watch it on my way down.
It's good.
That'll give you something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us about the competition. Like, how long have you been working on this routine? And I know that you guys change it,
All the
throughout
time.
the
Every
year
day, yes.
and whatever. But, how long you been working on this?
So we started like mid-July maybe. We had our choreographer come down. Shane, yes.
He's such a good guy.
And
Where does Shane come from?
Columbus.
Columbus?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know, Kinley, you take on.
What? What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
How long you been working on this?
Definitely a long time. I mean, we perfect it all the time. Like, I feel like every single practice we have to change this because it doesn't, like, look right, I guess, or something. And Courtney and Tiffany are, like, perfectionists, so, like, everything always has to look right. Everything has to be on time. Everything has to be perfect. So it's just, like, a long process, but I feel like it's going to help in the end. I really do.
It does. And here's the thing. If you're going to do something, you may as well do it to the best of your ability and do it right. And what do your coaches, let's give them a little credit, because what do they do that help motivate you girls so much?
Well, they always tell us they gave us the routine. Now it's our turn to perfect it.
Right.
Okay.
So
kind of you're responsible for your own actions.
yes,
kind of thing.
yes. Like they've given us everything that we have to achieve our goal. It's just our turn to,
To execute it.
yes.
I just feel like they're always super motivating. Like, they always tell us, like, how good we are and how, like, they treat us like we're their kids. You know what I mean? Like, that makes me feel special, and I feel like it makes everyone else feel special around us because we're going to go out there and work our butts off for them. So, yeah.
This is kind of a family thing.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that. That's awesome. And did I ever yell at you?
Yes.
Somehow I had a feeling.
It's more Courtney. Tiffany is like whispering in her ear, blah, 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 and then Courtney yells it at us.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
We're a great team.
Good cop, bad
I will
cop,
say
right?
no one listens to Tiffany because she's very quiet. Courtney,
I've
Yeah.
seen Tiff get mad.
me too. A couple
I've seen her
times.
get mad.
Then she's like, I'm sorry.
She just gets red. We just know.
I'm so sorry I got mad at you. Can we hug it out?
We just know.
No, what would be something that you guys do to get lots of praise, and what would be something that y'all do to get yourselves in trouble?
So to get in trouble, we like to distract them. So it's
we
like,
talk.
what did you guys do last night? How was your night? And then they start talking and talking, and then 30 minutes goes by at practice, and they're like, then Courtney starts yelling, and yeah.
It's always those freshmen and juniors. Livy Jo. She always likes to.
She likes to start the
We
conversation.
love our Livy Jo. She loves to talk.
To do good is definitely when we're at practice, it's like, why are you guys not doing like what you're supposed to do? But then when we go out on the mat, and it's like we blow them away because we give it our all there, but at practice we're tired, ready to go home.
They like to
Right.
stress us out at practice.
Yes.
And then be fantastic on the mat.
Okay, I got
We
you.
don't like to spirit like a bunch. Like go
Yes.
crazy. You know how like Brent said it's
When
like
the
a party on
adrenaline
the mat.
starts rushing and
We don't
everything.
do that.
Yeah.
We're at practice, so.
Well, you got to save the party for the
Yes.
for the
Right. Yes.
performance, right?
Yes.
That's
You can't
right.
be partying all the time.
I guess. I don't know.
Very good. Well, what is your favorite part of the routine without giving, anything crazy away?
My favorite. I'm trying to think our cheer, the defense cheer.
Yeah.
Because, my stunt, we do this, fun stunt, and I, really get into it with, my sign. And, Cannon's on my back, so, we always have a good time. And he's always, super loud, and he comes up with these crazy, spirits, but it's always such a good time.
Mine would definitely be stunting too. I prefer the stunting more than anything else. So I always tell Courtney, put me in the back, put me in a stunt, put me on the flag. I don't want to be in the front and sing.
She's different from Abby.
I don't want to be. Yeah, I don't want to have the responsibility of messing up and it fall on me. So I love the stunt. I would say that's about it.
Well, very good. No, it's so cool how, you have all of these girls and Guy that come together, and each one has their own individual piece to make this entire beautiful routine.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
And everybody does something different.
Right.
You bring something different to the table.
It's like herding cats, I'm sure. Yes. It's like the 40 little staff members at the Six Sense Brewing Company.
Yes.
Come on, everybody. Yes, love you. No, I get it. So very, very cool. So what, as seniors, what does the future hold for you girls? Do you know?
So I want to attend Ohio University
Mm-hmm.
and major in business and marketing,
Okay.
and then do a minor in real estate.
Okay. Very cool.
Okay, so I'm also planning on going to Ohio University, and I want to major in nursing.
Okay.
That's my plan.
Anything in the medical field?
Yes.
Okay. And will you all kind of pursue your cheer career going forward, or
I will not be.
okay,
I will
No?
not be.
just kind of like
Yep.
this is my last
This is
hurrah?
right.
This is it.
Yep.
Very good. So tell us what. So you all are headed down to Disney on what, Thursday?
We are leaving Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay. So, and you don't compete until Sunday. So what does your schedule look like? I mean, this is not all fun and games. This is
Right.
you're going down there to work and to compete, but you also need to have a little bit of fun
Yes.
too.
Right. Not a vacation.
No. So we're leaving a day early just to enjoy the park a little bit. And then the day they fly in, we will practice in the evening, and I don't know the days. Like, it's all just connecting in my brain. What else?
I feel like, don't we have like a pizza party or something?
We have a pizza party. Like, we do a lot of team bonding down
Okay.
there.
That's good.
I
I like pizza.
a lot of
We all go
practice.
to the park one day together.
Yes, we all go to the park one day.
And I'm not sure what else we're doing. Just practicing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Probably lots of practicing.
Practice.
Because we
Like,
gotta be perfect.
like Bryn said, when they give us something and they give us like corrections, so we'll spend that whole evening correcting everything. That they
So
give us.
that is insane. You guys will find out at 11 p.m. if you
Yes.
move on to the next
Yes.
day. And if you do, when you do, let's say that, you compete at like first thing in the morning. So you have to do all of this overnight.
Yes.
Right.
And sleep sometime.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. And be able to adjust really, really quickly.
Yep.
Very cool. Bye, girls. Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate you. No, that is so exciting, though. I mean, that's like tough. But so, are you used to having to do that though? Like change up the routine on the fly and
Yes.
kind of.
Yes.
So it's not anything new to you.
No.
Every comp gives us feedback for us
Right.
to change. So.
Okay, so yeah, she was saying, Courtney was saying every time they go somewhere, they get feedback, so then they make changes.
Right.
That's a lot. Like, after we got the bid, technically we didn't have to keep going to competitions, but we went for the feedback, so we know what to change when we're in this position.
Love that.
Yes.
So what would be like a feedback that, very obviously nobody likes to be criticized, nobody likes to hear that they're not doing something right, but so what are some of the constructive things that you all received while,
Definitely our motions.
Yeah.
Like sharp. Like we have to like hit our motions tight and like just everything has to be synced up.
It's very technique based.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So everything has to be in sync. We get a lot of our signs, like our signs need to be tighter, motions need to be tighter, and we've worked on that all season long. So
We even wear weights on our wrists
yeah,
so we can like practice. So like when we get out there and we don't have them on, like everything will
we
be
do
sharp.
a lot of
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that makes
to
sense.
make us stronger and stuff. I would say that's it. We like to bring the energy to the table. So
Because
Really
it's a
good at
party.
it.
yes, it is
We're
a party.
actually really good at that.
Yes.
So we get real excited. We do our like Ironman jumping jacks behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's real fun.
It's a different vibe, like just the vibe when you're in the back and we're getting ready and Courtney tells us we have to hype each other up and just be
Yeah.
there for each other, and we like to just warm up, and it's giving me cold chills thinking about
I
it.
feel like
so.
we even hype each other up on the mat. Like when we're out there, we're like
Yes.
yelling for each other. Like,
I'm
"Come
always
on, we got
talking. I'm
this."
like, we're almost done, guys. We got this. Like, it's
We have
almost
to
over.
talk each other through it.
Yes.
Even while you're competing?
Yes, we talk.
Really?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. Like the whole time we're out there, I feel like my last stunt. I always get super nervous about it, but Abby and Izzy Swisher, they're always like, "Kinley, you got this. Like we can
Yes.
do it. Like we're almost there." And like I just feel like that's such a good thing. Like
Okay.
at the end, we're
Constantly.
almost there.
And Courtney does tell us, like, talk to each other. Like, if something's going wrong underneath your stunt, or if your line is messed up or something, it's like, look at your lines, tighten up your stunt. It's always just
Okay.
communication. Yes.
Yeah, and communication's key for, well, a whole lot of stuff in life. So
Yes.
that's good that you're learning that early. Just remember that as
Right.
life goes on, it will do you good, I promise.
Right.
So, no, this is so fun, and I'm so proud of you girls, and we are so proud of you girls and Guy, because, I don't think a lot of people understand, the caliber of team that you are, and what little Jackson, Ohio is putting out,
yes.
and that's awesome.
I always say I don't think people understand how big they are in the cheer world. Like,
Yeah, like they show up and people are like, oh God, here they are.
they're
And
pretty high in Ohio.
yeah, hi, we're, a town of 6,000 people, but
Yes.
we're going to kick your butts all over the mat. So, and that's how people look at it. And that's great.
Yes.
And, you just expect nothing less than that. So I will say Coach Courtney has said, because this is the Super Bowl of cheerleading competitions, you all have come home when competing in a different competition as champions. So what is your goal? I mean, obviously the goal is to win, but we're talking about this is the first time you've been to this competition. You're talking about the best of the best squads from all over the country. What do you hope to achieve? What would you be okay with?
The stakes are high, so
Yeah.
we're shooting for first.
Is it attainable?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Just hoping and praying.
Top 5 is our
That's our goal.
Yes, that's our goal.
Okay.
But we don't like to talk about it.
No.
We want first. So.
Okay.
We are hungry for first.
Okay. We're going to go with that
We're
then.
gonna go with that. Yes.
I love that. Well, is there anything else you want to tell our viewers while you girls are here? It's been so fun talking with you today.
I would just like to thank the community for the support throughout my 4 years, and just allowing us to go and making this happen for us.
We wouldn't be I feel like who we are without our community behind us. They support us so much.
Yep.
So.
And I think I'm so glad that you all said that, because it does take a village to make all this happen. It's
Right.
not cheap.
Yes.
And the time and all of the things, uniforms and food and tickets to Disney are not
Yes.
cheap.
Yes.
We all know that. So yeah, thank you to the community for supporting all of our local athletes too. I mean, I think they do really
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Everyone.
do a good job. All right, well, we'll let you girls get out of here. I know you're just itching to get back to school.
We sure are.
All right, well, thank you for spending your morning with us. Best of luck this weekend.
you.
And we love you no matter what, but we'll expect that win. Okay. All right, well, let's go and have another message. And then I do believe we have some pre-recorded news, Dylan says. Okay, so we'll be back right after this.
Love is in the air, and Main Street TV wants to treat you and your Valentine to something special. Enter our Table for Two Valentine's Day contest for a chance to win big. Here's how to join. Go to our Facebook page, like and share our post, and comment with a picture of you and your Valentine. The photo with the most likes will win an amazing prize pack, including VIP passes to Southern Rock Woodstock. Plus, you'll join us live on our February 14th cooking show. Hurry, the deadline to enter is February 10th at 4 p.m. Main Street TV, your community, your story.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Today, we're expecting a partly cloudy day with highs of 58 and lows of 37. Tomorrow, we're expecting a 10% chance of rain and snow, so make sure to bundle up with highs of 47 and lows of 39. For Wednesday, we're expecting a 30% chance of rain with highs of 54 and lows of 53, with wind spans ranging from 5 to 10 miles an hour. Thank you.
Hey everybody, we got Pete over here with the news segment for today. So what you got for us, Pete?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Julian. I'm going to cover like usual, a bunch of different stories, both good and bad. And we're going to start off with what was one of the top stories we had in Saturday's edition of the Telegram, involving a local court case. This case is still going on, but there was a major development that took place recently, and that's why it made the front page. This is the case involving a female defendant who lives in MacArthur. Her name is Alexis Reed. She's 35 years old, and she has been indicted in connection with some alleged thefts from elderly people. Now, remember, this is a case that's in court. Nobody's been proven guilty or innocent either way. So we're in the middle of it right now. But Alexis Reed was charged earlier. And what she did that made the news most recently is she paid on her own $30,000, $30,000 is what I said, in restitution months ahead of a scheduled jury trial. She is scheduled to go to trial. She's from MacArthur, but this is happening in Jackson County. So the trial, if it goes, will take place in Jackson County Common Pleas Court at the courthouse on May 5 and 6. So in the court records, it was acknowledged that she already paid restitution on a crime, for an alleged crime that, she's not been found guilty of yet. She was indicted in February. So in February 2024, just about a year ago, she is facing 4 counts of theft from a person in a protected class. So what does that mean? A protected class in her case is the elderly or disabled. That makes it, a greater crime when you're dealing with a protected class who has vulnerabilities and so forth. She is charged with when she was employed with the Cole, when she was employed with the Cole Kirby Law Firm in downtown Jackson. She was an employee there. She was accused of using her position, her electronic connections, to steal money, a total of $70,167.31, a total from 4 different clients. One was from Scioto County, one was from Beaver, one was from Ray, and one was from Jackson. Different amounts. The most was $52,000 plus from one, and the least was $1,000 from another. So she is charged with these crimes and supposed to go to trial on May 5th and 6th. And this investigation that led to her being charged was done by the Jackson Police Department. During the investigation, and this is what we learned from the police, police requested financial records from Capital One and One Main Financial, specifically any counts where Reed's name attached. And remember, this is in connection with her employment at the law firm.
Yeah.
When going through these documents, police discovered that the account belonged to Reed. The records even showed a payment was made to that account in the amount of $4,529.33, and that was exactly the amount that was stolen from one of the clients. Police asked Reed to come to the station to discuss the case. She initially denied any wrongdoing. However, during the interview later on, she confessed to the police, this is according to the police now, that she took all the money missing from those 4 accounts. She told police, and this was her explanation for what happened, she said she lost her food stamps and that she used her Capital One credit card through work to purchase a lot of groceries. She further noted that extreme debt and a low credit score fueled the reason for her taking the money. So that's a very interesting case, and it's certainly interesting that a person who is accused of a crime, before they're convicted of that crime or found guilty by a jury or anybody else, or they've admitted to the crime, is paying restitution. But she has paid $30,000 in restitution. So if you want to hear the details, or I guess maybe should I say see the details of that case, that story, of course, is in Saturday's edition of the Telegram. It's also posted on our website, thetelegramnews.com, and, of course, it's linked to our Facebook. All right, well, Julian, moving on. Of course, we had all that snow several weeks ago, and that caused Wellston City Council to talk about what they call snow emergency routes. You ever heard of snow emergency routes?
I have not. What are they?
Well, here, I'll tell you exactly what it is. We actually have them in Jackson, and they invoked them in this last snow. I'm not sure that a lot of people knew what they could do and not do, but a snow emergency route, certain main thoroughfares in town, you're not allowed to park when there's a certain amount of snow. That's so they can clear that main road, and it doesn't then trap the cars that are parked along the curb or the sidewalk. And it also allows the the snow clearing machines to do their job more thoroughly, and then it will allow the traffic on those main routes to get on those main routes sooner than having to navigate around snow piles.
Yeah.
At the last meeting of Wellston City Council, they talked about doing snow emergency routes in Wellston. Now, they have not passed any legislation yet, but it was brought up by the mayor. He would like to make Pennsylvania Avenue and Broadway Street, those are probably the two main streets in Wellston, snow emergency routes. And what you do there, once again, on snow emergency routes, and this is a law, there could be consequences if you don't pay attention to it. You could have your vehicle towed, or you can maybe even be charged with a misdemeanor or something, which is, a low-level crime. When there are snow emergency routes in effect, however many they are, whatever they are, when the snow gets so deep, or whatever the city decides that status is on snow, you're not allowed to park your car along the street. You got to park it somewhere else. You got to park it in your driveway, get it in your garage, get it off the street, and that'll make it easier to clear those main streets of snow. So that's one of the things they're talking about in Wellston. Okay.
Well, that's a great.
Yeah, Julian, last year was big presidential election, right? In 2024. A lot of folks think there's not much happening then in 2025, but locally there is. And we got a big date coming up Wednesday, or at least one of the big election dates for the 2025 election in Jackson County. That is the date where candidates for partisan offices in the city of Jackson and in the city of Wellston must file their petitions for candidacy. If they're going to run as a Republican or a Democrat, and of course most candidates are one or the other, you've got to file no later than this Wednesday at 4 o'clock at the Boards of Elections office in Jackson. So that's when we'll know who is running for city council and the position of city treasurer in both of those cities. Now, you can also run as an independent candidate or a write-in candidate. You can file for those later. And there's going to be a lot of other offices that are going to be elected later this year, nonpartisan offices like school board in our four different school districts, township government throughout Jackson and Vinton County, and also in the villages of Oak Hill and Colton in Jackson County, and the villages of MacArthur, Zaleski, and Wilkesville in Vinton County. So they call it an off-year election, but there's actually more things going on locally than there is in a presidential year. Okay, the Jackson Area Festivals and Events Group, they are the ones who put on the Apple Festival. But a lot of folks don't know that when they raise money, like they did very recently in what they call their reverse raffle, they actually spend it, they actually use that money for community service rather than fund the festival. They have a lot of sponsorships to pay for the festival, a lot of donations. And so what they're able to do is when they do fundraisers, it's often for their community service projects. They do 2 community service projects, and one of them is a food giveaway program. They usually do it between March and November, once a month, over at the Jaffe Warehouse off McCarty Lane. That's across McCarty Lane from Walmart. That's an easy way to think about where that is. But if you've ever been there, I think it's usually the last Saturday of the month, there is a line of cars nearly a mile long because they give away free food, a big box of food on those months on that Saturday. Well, of course, the food costs money. So they have a couple fundraisers, and one of them is this reverse raffle. Jaffe has been doing it for a long time. They sell $50 chances to up to 300 or 320 people. I think this year they sold 280 tickets. Then they take all that money. It ended up being $14,000 from the ticket money. They give $7,000 out to people who get the winning tickets, all right? But the other $7,000 they use to buy food for their food giveaway program. So a lot of people do not know that the Jackson Area Festival, they think that they just do the festival. I think that's enough work right there, enough community service. But they actually do this food giveaway. And then later in the year, they do what they call Jaffe's Joyful Christmas. And that's where they do a bunch of gifts for needy families in Jackson County, not just Jackson, but in Jackson County. And one of the ways they fund that, the reverse raffle that they just had the other night here last week, I believe it was last Thursday, they do another reverse raffle in the fall, and that helps pay for the Jaffe Joyful Christmas. Not totally, but in part. All right, another thing that happened, and we're going to do a little bit more on this because we got some neat pictures to show you, maybe tomorrow or on Wednesday. Today is Groundhog Day. You knew that, Julian, right?
I did know that. I did know that.
Okay. Well, I've not heard about, haven't heard whether the groundhog saw his shadow or not, but I don't care whether he did or he didn't. I think we're going to get more winter before we get to spring. But another groundhog of local fame called Jackson Jack was out on Saturday at the Jackson First Presbyterian Church for the Groundhog Day brunch. And we talked about raising money for food for needy people. The Groundhog Day brunch raised nearly $1,000 in just one day. In 4 hours, they served pancakes, Steve Evans sausage, and beverages. And they also had free entertainment there. And when you went in, you could have free pancakes and sausage. All they asked was if you consider making a donation. And of course, a lot of people must have done that because they raised nearly $1,000 for the Jackson Food Program. The Jackson Food Program is better known as the Jackson Food Pantry. That's where you can go on a regular basis and get food, if you need it. You don't have the money to get it, you're hungry, you can go get the food, and a lot more people need to do that than what some people may think. But the Jackson Food Program has had some financial trouble in recent years, and it kind of came out just several months ago that if it didn't improve, they may even have to close their doors, which would be a serious thing, a bad thing for the needy people in this county, the people who have food insecurity. Now, donations have increased when that news got out. We helped get the news out here at Total Media about that. But it's the first of the year, and after people, gave so much money around Christmas, there's a need again. People are hungry all year round. So the Presbyterian Church decided to do this Groundhog Day brunch. They used to do it for quite a few years, and then around COVID, when a lot of events got postponed, they stopped doing it, and they decided to start doing it again this year because of the need at the Jackson Food Program. And so they say that they're going to do it again next year as well. Some other quickie things to tell you about. The Jackson Visitors and Convention Commission is going to meet on Monday, March the 31st. Now, this is a very important thing for what they call tourism funding. They get money, the city gets money from what is called a bed tax. The hotels and places that you stay in town, like a hotel, where you pay a lodging fee, there's a tax that is tacked on to your lodging costs, and that goes to the city, and they're supposed to use that money to promote tourism. So they have this meeting. Normally they have more than one meeting, but this year they're only going to have one, so that's why I'm telling you about it early. It's on Monday, March the 31st, and this is for anybody that has an organization or some project or some event that they think promotes tourism in the county. And if this tourism commission thinks that it will promote tourism and bring tourists to town, they will maybe give you some funding assistance. So that meeting is going to be on Monday, March 31st at the Jackson City Council Chambers in Jackson at 9 a.m. That's Monday, March the 31st. That's giving you a lot of advance notice. You can get applications. You should get applications and turn them into the city so the commission members can look at them ahead of time. Those applications are now available at the mayor's office in Jackson, and they will be available until that morning of that meeting on Monday, March the 31st. You can also call the city building to get more information. I want to remind people about the Wellston Rotary Club Valentine's Day dinner and dance. It's not actually going to be on Valentine's Day. They wanted to do it on a Saturday, so they're going to do it on Saturday, February the 8th. They're going to do it like they did last year at Scotty's on First and Wellston. That's one of the main venues in Wellston now that's become very popular for food and as a party place. And if you get a ticket to the Rotary Club Valentine's Day dinner dance, not only will you get a great meal, have a chance to dance and socialize, but you'll also raise money for the Wellston Rotary Club, and all they're going to do is take that money and fund scholarships for Wellston High School students. So that is a win-win all the way around. That event, that event is Saturday evening, February the 8th at Scotty's on First. There's still time to get tickets, but last year it was a sellout, so don't wait too long. It's going to be at 7 p.m., a cocktail hour at 6. In addition to a big meal, they'll have hors d'oeuvres, a cash bar, and then that dinner. It's going to be a salad, pork or chicken entree, side dishes, and dessert. So it is the full meal. Tickets cost $25 each or $50 for a couple. You can also do a sponsorship table, which includes 4 dinners and special recognition. They're $250. Once again, they tell us that tickets are limited. Last year's event sold out. Tickets can be purchased online by just accessing the Wellston Rotary Club's Facebook page. Also want to tell you one last thing to tell you. The 2 main alumni committees for the school districts in Jackson County. That's, of course, the Jackson Ironman Alumni Committee for the Jackson School District and the Wellston High School Alumni Committee for the Wellston School District. They are already starting to plan the big alumni weekend, which is always on Memorial Day weekend. Their graduations are on Friday night, the high school graduations. The next night, the alumni get together for their big party. They have a program. In Jackson, they have a program and an after party. In Wellston, they have a dinner mixed with the program. And they are going to have these committees get together to do all the planning. It just doesn't happen in May without a bunch of work. The Jackson Ironman Alumni Committee is going to meet this Thursday at the Jackson City Library at 6 p.m. That will be in the Potter Room. Alumni Committee members can attend, but also if you're in a graduating class that's going to have a class reunion this year, they want you to come to this meeting because they want to synchronize planning so all the classes who are having reunions can be represented at what they call their after party, which they call the happening. That's going to be at the Parks Edge Event Center. All that, once again, is on Saturday. Program at the middle school at 5:30, and then at about 7:30, they'll start the happening at the Parks Edge Event Center. In Wellston, of course, our good buddy John Pelletier is in charge of the Alumni Committee in Wellston. They're going to have their first planning meeting on Sunday. It will be at 1 p.m. in the Fellowship Hall of the First Presbyterian Church of Wellston. That's John's church, by the way. Please use the entrance on First Street if you're coming. If you're an alumni committee member, certainly they would like you to come. But if you're just interested in the alumni event this year, want to hear more about it, or your class is going to have a reunion and they want to tie your class into this big alumni event, you're also invited to come. So we'll be hearing a lot more about that as time goes on. So, Julian, I know this is not something you usually do. You do a great job with the weather, by the way. You really do. So I do appreciate you listening to the news there. I know a lot of it was probably new to you. Appreciate the introduction, and I appreciate you coming out when you did so we could take things early. Much appreciated.
No problem. No problem. Thank you.